Hello, everyone. This is Jim Biringer here, Full Press NHL. Please smash that notification button, hit that bell, like this video, hitting on the thumbs up, comment on the video as well. We're talking about the Edmonton Oilers trading Evander Kane to the Vancouver Canucks. Now, Kane was one of the people, as David Calabretta and myself discussed on the last episode of the Full Press NHL Rumors podcast, linked above, as a guy that could be traded by the Edmonton Oilers to relieve some cap space, making a little over $5 million, along with Victor Arvidsson, who has a couple years left on at $4 million. They need the cap space because Leon Draisaitl's extension kicks in. They need a new contract for restricted free agent Evan Bouchard. They try to get a goalie. And who's out there? Is it Elvis Merzlikins? Is it John Gibson? Do they try to sign Jake Allen? How do they pair it with Stuart Skinner and Calvin Pickard? Remember, they signed Jack Campbell. It didn't really work out. That 5x5 goalie contract never works out for teams, and it's clear it didn't. But the team in front of Jack Campbell let him down too. And defensively, this team in the playoffs for the Edmonton Oilers, especially in the finals, just broke down against the Florida Panthers, not to mention the injuries they had to deal with. Now, Kane did have some penalty trouble in the final. After the first game, he disappeared. And when he's off his game, he's off his game. But when he's on his game, he's one of the best power forwards in the game. First year in San Jose was really good. He was good with Atlanta Thrashers, Buffalo Sabres, even the Edmonton Oilers. And I thought at the time they didn't really need him, but they did need him to get to this point where they've gone to back-to-back Stanley Cup finals. And he missed all this year with injuries, with surgeries. He sat out the first game of the playoffs because, the NHL was looking into LTIR, but he was very effective for them. Remember, a couple years ago in the playoffs, he had 13 goals in the playoffs. So he's still a very good, effective player. He's coming to his time is coming to an end in the National Hockey League. But going to Vancouver, it makes sense because Elias Pettersson needs a scoring winger. That's the type of guy he needs. Yes, there's a lot of drama in Vancouver, as written about on Full Press Hockey, linked below. But they're not moving Elias Pettersson. There's no market for him. Not only that, what are you getting in return? You're not winning an Elias Pettersson trade. You're going to make your team worse. Jim Rutherford and Patrick Allvin have said that they need 3 top 6 players. So that means you need another center, a scoring winger, and then that means you need another center if you move Pettersson out. And I know they've tried to move Pettersson around going back to last year for Marty Natchez. They tried to do it with Mikko Rantanen. They've talked to the Buffalo Sabres about Dylan Cousins, maybe Bo Byram coming over as well. But they get Evander Kane because Pettersson's not going anywhere. He's healthy. They're going to try to rehabilitate his game. New coach in there, Adam Foote. You want to try to keep Quinn Hughes there. There's a lot of drama in Vancouver, which they brought on themselves. The locker room issues with Miller and Pettersson, as documented with Rob Simpson on here. Why did you sign both guys to, 8-year contract extensions, knowing the history? So this is probably the last go around for Kane, but it's a great piece to add for the Vancouver Canucks. Despite what everybody says, in his first year with teams, he's very, very effective, because he is always on his best behavior and he tries to play for another contract. So I expect the same thing out of Evander Kane right now. From the Oilers side of things, you still have to move Victor Arvidsson, $4 million. Is there a way down the road, if you commit to Evan Bouchard for $10 million on a 4 or 5 year deal, do you move Darnell Nurse in his $9.5 million contract? He's not a $9 million defenseman. And they have other holes to fill with the goaltending. Stan Bowman walked into a hornet's nest that was left by Kenny Holland, and not Kenny Holland's fault. Jeff Jackson just didn't renew him. And now you have the McDavid contract as well, and Draisaitl's contract kicks in, and Stan Bowman did that last year. And apparently, according to Ryan Rishaug and others close to the situation, McDavid isn't leaving. They've started contract negotiations with Wasserman. We know how long this is going to play out. Draisaitl took most of the summer to get done. They want to get Bouchard done first. Then you go to McDavid and take care of other pieces on July 1st and maybe make a couple of more trades. That's what they're going to have to do. They're going to have to look at the trade market. And the Oilers have to clear cap space if they want to add different pieces. Jeff Skinner's gone. What else? Where do you look up and down this roster? Because they still need more cap space. They still need to make other moves and other adjustments the Oilers do. So it's going to be interesting to see. Some people had tied, Evander Kane to LA Kings because Kenny Holland, he brought him there. So, but again, if you look at it, it makes sense from both sides. The Oilers need to move money to sign guys, and the Canucks need a player to play with Elias Pettersson. Now, everybody wants to talk about the locker room drama. Maybe there will be some, maybe there won't be some. I think the Canucks have learned some lessons from that. So it's going to be interesting to see how things play out on both sides. But the Oilers move some money, as we've seen with other trades of Mason Marchment to Seattle. We've seen Erik Haula to Nashville. We saw Andre Burakovsky move from Seattle to Chicago. Trevor Zegras go from Anaheim to Philadelphia. Teams are opening up cap space. Despite the cap going up only a $7.5 million, teams are still up against the cap. So it's going to be interesting to see how the Oilers address the rest of their needs and how the Canucks handle their drama. But Evander Kane has been moved from Edmonton to Vancouver. This is Jim Biringer, Full Press NHL. Again, subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment below. We'll be back again real soon.